What's up guys, this is Wenzes. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about personal development for INFJs and how to create an epic life on your terms. It's INFJ Warrior Month, and today in particular we're asking the questions, are INFJs born alchemists? And please don't take it from an esoteric standpoint, because we can look at what the word alchemist really means. It's about transformation of the mind, transformation of our belief systems, and of our self-image. Because there are a lot of strengths we as INFJs have, but the thing that is most prevalent, the thing that's going to make the biggest change, isn't the fact that we can hold on to something very strongly. It's also not the fact that we have great ideas or that we understand others. All of these are great qualities that will help us. But the thing that we can do so well is transformation. And it's about time we talk about this in detail so you can use it in your life, transform all of your belief systems in a way that make you feel like you're more yourself, you get to chase your dreams, and you feel like you're moving forward in life. Before we get started though, I want to remind you, if you want to take the next step in creating your INFJ epic life and you want my help with it, then work with me privately. This month only, the INFJ Warrior Month, I'm offering single sessions. You find all the information below. So let's talk about transformation. Why do I believe that this is the most important aspect? Because of our cognitive functions. The way we're set up, our belief systems is in a lot of ways managed by our introverted thinking, our third function. But of course, always in combination with NI. You know, all the functions play a role here, but when it comes to belief systems, TI is the thing that gives meaning to this vast thing that we have going on in our mind, our introverted intuition. And because our introverted intuition is so vast, because we can expand it so much, we're able to transform a lot of our belief systems without losing ourselves. For a lot of people, that's not possible. They have to go through really deep hypnosis or to do some ayahuasca or whatever it is in order to access a part of our mind where we can actually transform belief systems in a way that are beneficial to us. It doesn't have to go that deep either. So I can give you a great example for this. I was brought up in a family that valued science a lot. My mom has a master's in math. My aunt is a professor in physics. My mom and my dad are both programmers. They worked in banking all of their life. And guess where I ended up? I ended up becoming a derivative specialist. I became an IT strategy consulting in the banking world. And it's not like I planned this. It's not that I said, oh, I want to emulate what my parents and what my family has been doing. Actually, it was quite the opposite. I never wanted to do banking, and I surely didn't want to have anything to do with programming, and still I ended up pretty much there. So our environment has a huge impact on the choices we make in life, because this environment instills in us what we value. So without me thinking about it, I actually started valuing finance. I started valuing this scientific world and the math behind it. That was the thing that I felt like I had to succeed in. And so this is the thing I give a preference to. And to a certain aspect, I was actually rather good in this area. But still, this wasn't the thing that I'm about. What I'm really about is helping people transform their lives. What I'm really about is helping people see their potential. It's to read people, to be somebody who can then inspire them to believe in themselves. That's what I've been about my whole life. And these are the things that have caused me the biggest joys in life and also the biggest troubles, because I wasn't ready to do this in a way where I was firm with my boundaries. Nonetheless, this aspect of my life didn't have the significance it deserved. And so many INFJs are going through the same thing. So maybe you're an artist, maybe you're an author, maybe you are a healer. The thing that really is part of your soul and who you are. But because of the way you've been brought up in society and because of all the things that have been in your environment, you started valuing other things more. So in my case, I started valuing the finance world. I didn't value what was really me. And so I was living in this dilemma, not knowing what the problem was. I wanted to grow in the aspect of finance, but the more I grew in this aspect, I recognized this fulfills me less and less. How many of you are in the same position? How often do I talk to clients or people in the boot camp or just in the comment sections that tell me, I feel like I'm not moving forward? The reason for this is because of that discrepancy in so many cases. So what does that have to do with transformation? transformation? Well, let me explain it to you. In the end, it comes down to transforming our value system, that we start valuing what our own preferences are. Transforming our mindset into knowing that going in a direction of finance is, in my case, failure, and in going in a direction where I can help people transform, that is the thing that I actually believe in. Another thing so many people struggle with is the thought of, okay, if I don't go that route that everybody is telling me to go, then I will not make any money. I will be stuck in a position where I always feel like I don't have enough, where I can never enjoy myself, and therefore I'm in this dilemma that keeps me stuck where I'm at. Changing our mindset is about understanding that there is a possibility to generate a successful life, a fulfilled life, full of abundance, full of financial opportunities, if we follow what we love and who we are. That's the strength that we do have. But in order to do that, we have to do hard things. And when I say hard things, I don't mean you have to wake up in the morning at 4 o'clock and go outside in the cold and run for 5 or 10 miles. Not like that. The hard part about this is that you continuously sit down and you work on your inner blocks, you work on your mindset, you keep repeating to yourself what you want. You keep repeating and visualizing that this is what you value. And you start working with gratitude practices that help you to understand what you have accomplished so far. That is a process that takes time, that is difficult, but if you're able to manage it, it will transform your life forever. I've been doing this for years. As you know, I'm working on personal development. All of you are watching this, are interested in this. The more you lean into this aspect of your life, the more power you have. And you as an INFJ have the unique possibility to use the fact that you are an INFJ, to use the fact that this is the way your mind is set up, to have an advantage in this point. Not that you have to compare yourself to others, but to know that you can do hard things that maybe others wouldn't be able to. And if you have the chance, how can you not take it? There are people who are born with the ability to run forever and still feel like they have strength. Maybe that's not us, but here in this aspect, when it comes to transformation, when it comes to your self-image, when it comes to what you value, you have tremendous potential. And that's where you really start your warrior journey. We as INFJs will never be satisfied with an ordinary life. That's not how we're set up. And so you might think, okay, so other people can be happy with all of that normal life and I have to do the hard things? Yeah, maybe. But the reason why this is that way is because you have the potential for it. If other people are reaching into their potential and they're doing everything they can and then they create an ordinary life, of course that'll make them fulfilled. But you have the capacity to create something new. You have the capacity to create something extraordinary. And that does not mean that other people have to see it as such. I'm sure a lot of people don't even think that my life is any way extraordinary. I know it actually for a fact. In so many ways, I have made so many transformations. I've done so much personal development and mindset work that I had periods in my life where I was just looking at myself and thinking, you did it. Like, this is just amazing. You actually did this. And I was so proud of myself and I was so eager for all of this to unfold. And nobody in my environment saw that. Nobody in my environment knew what kind of transformation I have done. And this will be the same for you. This is not something others will value, but it's something that you will know. And it's something that will change your life. It's also about changing and improving your taste. Maybe understanding that your old friends weren't the ones who really are able to make you happy. And to be able to transform that understanding into knowing, okay, I'm open for something new. It's actually going to be difficult for me to get used to these new dynamics, but I am strong enough. My mental capacity allows me to take this on. I can go out of my comfort zone. I can do the thing that seems like so difficult for me. Maybe you feel like applying for a new job is out of your reach because you would never be able to be accepted there. That's a place where you can use your mindset work. Because once you actually go that step, you start with behavioral change. You start with taking action. And you put in a situation where you consequently have to change your mindset, and you can. Aren't we the ones who can adapt in any emotional atmosphere? Aren't we the ones, when we get into a new group, we understand the dynamics and can adapt quickly? That is the strength of transformation. So you don't have to know how how you're gonna handle the next step. The point is to take that action into the unknown, because once you're there, you know that your mind has the capacity to transform the way you see the world into something that makes sense then. And the more often you do this, the bigger your confidence in yourself that you can do it. You will start finally valuing what you like and not what your friends like. You want to listen to your music when you're with your friends instead of theirs, because before you might have thought, oh, okay, I have to adapt to their music so I don't take the risk of doing something that they don't like. You stop thinking this way. You transform your mind into thinking, I want to feel good about myself. Feeling good about myself is the thing that inspires others. It's the thing that makes other people attracted to me and my worldview. And I do this while listening to this music. This music helps me to be more of who I want to be in that moment. And through that, others understand me more. That is just a small example of all the things that you can change based on the fact that your mindset works the way it does. This is something that everybody can master, but trust me, for us it's easier. So use the fact that it's easier for you. Use your advantage point that you have in this capacity. You might not be the one who can work 10 or 12 hours at once and achieve something. You don't have to be. You can use your personal strengths to create something new, something amazing, something that nobody can take away from you. And just because you don't see people around you doing this doesn't mean that you cannot do it yourself. Stop comparing yourself to others. Stop trying to excel in the finance world when the thing that is most you is being a healer. Stop wanting to be a productive person who wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning and works until 1 o'clock at night because this is what society's been telling you you have to do in order to be successful. Your biggest strength is that you can let go of old belief systems. And the more often you do this, the more you lean into this, you will see that you don't have to be the one who works from 4 in the morning till 1 at night in order to create something amazing. You will do that because you continuously take on new information, you grow from it, you adapt, and then you are ready to take on the next step. You can dare to take chances, you can dare to change, you can dare to grow and go into new situations because your mind will make it as easy on you as possible. Be the INFJ warrior that you always wanted to be. And remember, it's not about emulating something that society has taught you. It's about visualizing what you already know you want, even if that seems like such a small thing because you're not aware of it. Taking the step forward and then allowing your mind by itself to change its narrative. That is what the 5 pillars to an INFJ epic life are all about. So remember, if you haven't downloaded the free poster, do it now. The link is in the description. This is one of your biggest gifts. Don't waste it. Don't compare yourself to others. Use this to your advantage and know that probably nobody around you will know what just happened, but you will know and you will be extremely proud of it. I really hope that helped you and inspired you to be the INFJ warrior you always knew you could be. Remember, if you want to work with me privately, you find all the information below. And if you want to watch another video now that is in line with today's topic, then watch the video on INFJ depression and if it's time to kill your ego. Like always, guys, I wish you a wonderful day, a great week, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.